Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm John.
We're back here at the Rock West Lab because we had another question about roll-wrapped versus pultruded tubes. John, these things look very similar. What's the difference?
This is a pultruded tube.
Just to be clear, these are carbon fibers.
These are carbon
that are
fibers.
pultruded.
Correct. A pultruded tube is made with unidirectional fibers only. All the fibers run in one direction. They are put through a die and heated and then pulled through the die, and that's why they call it pultrusion.
So I'm thinking of like when I was a kid, I had a little Play-Doh press. You would squish down the Play-Doh and come out. That's so pultruding almost.
That's an extrusion. This is a pultrusion. So an extrusion pushes it through. Pultrusion pulls it through the die. We also have roll wrap tubes. This is also made from unidirectional fibers. It looks identical to a pultruded tube. However, we take the materials and we roll it onto it in different layers. The benefit to that is that we can make this different fiber orientations. We can have zeros, we can have 90s, and we can have plus and minus 45-degree angles in there.
John, can you give me an example of where a pultruded tube would be a better fit than a roll wrap tube and vice versa?
Well, with pultruded tubes, they are more cost-effective than a roll wrap tube. However, for strength and durability, the roll wrap tube is going to be more versatile. The con to having a roll wrap tube is that the mandrel dictates the maximum length that it can be made.
And the mandrel, again, is the metal bar, the metal tool
exactly
you're laying up on.
A pultruded tube can be as long as you want it to be.
What about thickness, wall thickness on a pultruded tube?
On a pultruded tube, the actual limitation is the actual physical size of it. So we can make a mandrel that's big, and we can make a roll wrap tube that's very large in diameter, where the dies available for pultrusion are limited to smaller diameters.
So let me just recap here the takeaways I'm gathering. With a pultruded tube, you can almost go an infinite length, right?
Correct.
However, since the fibers are unidirectional, the strength, the stiffness might not be as robust as a roll wrap tube.
Correct.
And then your other limiting factor would be the actual diameter.
Correct.
Sounds like if you wanted a bigger diameter, we might go filament wound.
Correct.
Maybe talk about that next time?
We'll talk about that next time.
Thanks again for tuning in. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us.